The desert night wrapped the Arizona highway in a dry, uneasy silence. Neon lights buzzed over a lonely gas station near the edge of town, flickering like they might give up at any moment. A Hell's Angel rolled in on his black Harley, the engine's low growl echoing across the empty lot. He cut the motor and removed his helmet, revealing a weathered face that had learned not to ask questions. His name was Jack, and he liked it that way. Quiet stops, quick fuel, gone before trouble noticed him. That was when she ran toward him. "Can you hide me? He's been stalking me for days," the girl blurted, her words tumbling over each other. She couldn't have been older than 22. Her hair was tangled by the wind, her hands shaking so badly she had to clutch her jacket closed. Jack stiffened, instinctively scanning the shadows. Trouble had a smell, and this felt like it. "Slow down," he said, his voice calm but firm. "Who's he?" She glanced over her shoulder toward the road. A dark sedan sat across the street, engine idling, headlights off. "I don't know his name," she whispered. "I noticed him outside my apartment in Phoenix. Then at the grocery store. Then everywhere. I took a bus, changed routes, even slept at a friend's place. He followed me here." Jack studied the car. He didn't move, didn't stare too long. Years on the road had taught him how to look without being seen. The sedan didn't pull in. It just waited, watching. "I'm Maya," she added, like offering her name might buy safety. "Please, I just need a little time." Jack exhaled slowly. He wasn't law enforcement. He wasn't anyone's savior. But fear like that didn't lie. He thought of the rules his club lived by. Don't start trouble, finish what you must, protect your own. Maya wasn't his own, but she was human. "You got a phone?" he asked. She nodded, fumbling it out. The screen was cracked, batteries almost dead. Jack reached into his saddlebag and pulled out a charger, then a spare helmet. "Put this on," he said. "If we move, don't look back." Her eyes widened. "You'll help me, I'll buy you time," he corrected. "That's all." They mounted the bike. As Jack eased onto the road, he took a slow loop past the gas station, casual, unhurried. In the mirror, he saw the sedan hesitate, then pull out behind them. Jack turned toward the glow of town, not the open desert. He knew a late-night diner where lights stayed on and people asked fewer questions. He also knew a man there. Tom, an old friend, former cop, now running private security. If anyone could make a call without turning it into chaos, it was Tom. Maya held tight, her fear vibrating through the seat. Jack kept the speed steady, refusing to race. Racing made mistakes. They merged into traffic near the town limits, slipping between pickups and delivery vans. The sedan stayed back, boxed in by red lights. For the first time since she ran across that gas station lot, Maya felt the edge of panic dull. Jack didn't promise miracles. He didn't swear revenge. He just stayed present. Solid, steady, unafraid. Sometimes, that was enough to survive. The diner sat at the corner of Route 66 and a service road, its windows glowing like a promise. Jack pulled the Harley into the parking lot and parked beneath a buzzing street lamp. He killed the engine but stayed seated for a second, scanning reflections in the glass. The dark sedan rolled past slowly, pretending not to notice them, then disappeared around the block. Jack felt Maya's grip loosen just a little. "Stay close," he said as they walked inside. Warm air, coffee, and the clatter of dishes replaced the desert cold. A handful of truckers occupied the counter. A tired waitress poured refills without asking questions. Jack guided Maya to a booth with a clear view of the door and windows. Habit, not paranoia. He slid into the seat across from her and pulled out his phone. "You hungry?" he asked. She shook her head, then nodded, embarrassed. "I think so." Jack ordered grilled cheese and soup. Simple, safe. While they waited, he dialed a number he hadn't used in months. When the line clicked, he didn't waste words. "Tom, it's Jack. I need a favor." Quiet. Tom listened, asked a few sharp questions. Jack described the sedan, the route, the behavior. "No chase," Jack added. "Just eyes and a plate. Send me a photo if you can," Tom said. "I'll roll by." Maya wrapped her hands around the mug the waitress set down, breathing in the steam. "You didn't have to do this," she said softly. Jack shrugged. "I did." The bell over the door jingled. Jack's eyes flicked up, muscles ready. It was only a delivery guy. Still, the weighting pressed on his chest. Maya stared at the tabletop, voice barely above a whisper. I kept telling myself I was imagining it. Then he left a note on my windshield. No name. Just, I see you. Jack's jaw tightened. He didn't ask for the note. He didn't need it. Headlights swept across the window. A plain pickup eased into the lot. Tom stepped out. Gray jacket, calm walk. He didn't look like help. That was the point. He entered, ordered coffee, and slid into Jack's booth like they were old friends catching up. Plates clean, Tom murmured after a minute. But the behavior isn't. I called it in. Local units are aware. Cameras caught him circling twice. Maya swallowed. What happens now? Tom met her eyes, steady and kind. Now you're not alone. You'll make a report. We'll keep it boring and legal. The sedan crept by again, slower this time. A patrol car followed at a distance, lights off. The message was quiet but clear. Jack stood. He left cash on the table and pushed the helmet toward Maya. You'll be okay, he said. Listen to Tom. She stood too, surprising him with a quick, fierce hug. Thank you for believing me. Jack nodded once. He didn't trust his voice. Outside, dawn teased the horizon. Jack swung onto the Harley and rode away before gratitude could turn into something heavier. In his mirror, the diner shrank to a bright square of safety. He merged onto the interstate, engine steady, knowing he hadn't hidden her. He'd stood beside her, and sometimes, that changed everything. Morning broke clean and pale over the town, washing the diner's neon into something ordinary. Jack rode until the sun climbed higher, then pulled off at a rest stop overlooking a dry wash. He shut down the bike and let the silence settle. Nights like that didn't leave marks you could see, but they stayed with you. He drank from a bottle, checked his mirrors out of habit, then swung back onto the interstate. Freight waited. Life kept moving. Across town, Maya sat in a small interview room, hands steadier now. Tom stayed nearby, not hovering, just present. The officer asked careful questions, writing without judgment. Maya described the routes, the note, the sedan's pattern, how it appeared, vanished, appeared again. Cameras and timestamps filled the gaps where memory wavered. When the officer slid a printed still across the table, Maya nodded. That's him. The process was slow, intentionally boring. It worked. By mid-morning, the sedan was located near a storage facility. No drama. Just a stop, a search, a quiet confiscation of notebooks filled with places and times that proved Maya had trusted her instincts for a reason. A temporary restraining order followed. Tom explained next steps, resources, routines to reclaim safety without surrendering her life to fear. By afternoon, Maya stepped outside into sunlight that felt earned. She borrowed Tom's phone and typed a short message Jack would never reply to. I'm safe. Thank you. She didn't need an answer. Some people were bridges, not destinations. 2 states over, Jack fueled up again. His phone buzzed once. He read the message, then tucked the phone away. He didn't smile, exactly, but his shoulders eased. At a roadside cafe, he overheard a waitress tell a new hire to trust her gut. He left a larger tip than usual. That evening, Jack met his club at a warehouse. No stories, no hero talk. He checked a tire, shared a route, kept his eyes open. When a prospect asked why Jack always parked facing the exit, Jack shrugged. Habit. Days passed. Maya moved apartments, changed locks, took a self-defense class, not to live in fear, but to rebuild confidence. She found that courage wasn't loud. It was a series of small, stubborn choices. She walked her new neighborhood at dusk and noticed ordinary kindness everywhere. A neighbor watering plants, a kid learning to ride, a dog tugging its owner along. Life was still here. Weeks later, Jack rode through the same town. The diner glowed again, unchanged. He didn't stop. He didn't need to. Some chapters close without ceremony. On the highway, the wind pressed against his jacket, familiar and honest. He thought about lines, how thin they were between bystander and helper, silence and action. Back in Phoenix, Maya volunteered at a helpline on weekends. She listened more than she spoke. When someone doubted themselves, she said, "You're not wrong to ask for help." She meant it. Far apart, their lives resumed their natural rhythms. No promises, no reunions. Just the quiet truth that one choice, made at the right moment, could bend a story toward safety. And on American roads stretching endlessly west and east, That knowledge traveled on, steady as an engine at speed, carrying hope without needing credit.